bright. What is this? What the hell are these mean? The dream effect? What? Oh God, that's too much. Anyway. This is hilarious. I want to just be normal. Hey, I just want to hop back on here, keep the promise I made, and share with y'all something funny that I thought was funny and kind of cool about this Cambodian dude. Okay, let me put on some headphones. You probably can't hear nothing. But this just showed that anything is possible. Anything is possible. Let me tell you about this Cambodian dude real quick before I take another power nap or something. Hold on one. Oh, crap. Oh, they were on? You probably can't hear it. No. Let me see. Cambodian dude. Man, this dude, he was in his 30s. So let me tell y'all. He knew 4 languages. This should show that anything is possible, man. This dude knew 4 languages. And he learned 3 of the 4 languages outside of his native tongue after the age of 18. I was like, oh my God. This just show that anything is possible. And it's just about, you got to have belief in yourself, self-belief, and that mind, a growth mindset. That's what that brought to mind. Because I thought that was so dope. Because typically, you know that how they be saying like children is who are the best when it comes to absorbing new languages, and the new 2nd and 3rd languages and stuff is typically learned or something when a person is a child. But he busted that myth. That's how that just show how like what you be thinking be the truth, your perceptions or your beliefs and stuff, it get obliterated in 2 seconds. Because I thought that grown-ups really ain't just out here just learning new languages. Man, he learned 3 languages fluidly after age 18. So he had his native tongue, he knew Arabic and French and English. And he gave me a lesson on Arabic 101. I was like, what? So I guess Arabic is a language that some people, Muslims, speak, right? Because he, right away, when he said this thing, he sounded like my damn dad. When my dad was Black American, but he was pretty deep off into the Muslim religion. So I remember coming up, I would hear him saying like Assalamu alaikum and Assalamu masla. I don't even know how to say this stuff. But anyway, he told me, what was the 3 words he told me? Oh God, they gone. Let me see. Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Inshallah. Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Inshallah. Bismillah, he said this got something to do with a prayer, a word that you say and you feel in your heart and that you pray, like maybe before you eat something. Bismillah. After you consume the food and how thankful you are, something like this, how thankful you are for its nutritional value benefits that it held for your body, your nourishment, your health. Alhamdulillah. I think that's what he said. Alhamdulillah. After you eat, alhamdulillah. And then inshallah, if God's willing. So if somebody be like, well, I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. I think this is the word. So bismillah, alhamdulillah, inshallah. These 3 words, this is just Arabic 101. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I was just grateful to even come across them because it just show what's possible. You know what I mean? And that's so like, this is not a coincidence. This is so like omen-like. So my dad is who I remember those words coming through because he was Muslim and he studied that. But his name was Julian. And for this, whoever this Julian Turner is, whether that's a bot or not, like that's just cool for that person's name to even be Julian. So hi. But yeah, that's what he said. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, inshallah. Bismillah. Because he brought this up. That's why this is what he brought up. The reason he brought up Bismillah, he was saying because, and I didn't bring this up. I don't even know how we got in this conversation, but he was sharing how like, man, people who cook food, if they got a negative mental attitude or they negative, or they just having bad vibes, a bad day, man, that negative energy can get projected off into that food. He brought this up without me mentioning any of that. Bismillah is how you bless that food and break off that negative energy off of that food you about to eat. Whether it's fast food or a potluck or whatever it is, if people ain't in a pleasant mood, just like your thoughts and energy is powerful enough for you to look at somebody on a camera or in a magazine and get sexually aroused from that person through thought alone, because thoughts release chemical hormones that can create that type of reaction in your body. Well, the same way with food, your thoughts is powerful enough to eject negative energy into food. So he said, I think he said, Bishmillah is how you try to bless that food before you eat it and pray. Like it's a word that's meaning like cleanse the energy and just rid it of any negative energy, low vibing energy that might have been, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, projected off into that meal before you consume it and put it in your body, because you can get sick like that. So that's what he said. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, inshallah. But it just showed that anything is possible, man. Anything is possible, and that we're not fixed in our. You can learn if you want to learn something or change something, or just you can do it even after you're an adult. Our mindset and personality is not really fixed. That's a lie. And that's a lie. The trick of the devil. Your egoic personality just keep you stuck and in the damn box. Anyway, so I just want to get on here and keep the promise, because I said, that dude, that was cool. I'm like, how the hell? And he was fluid too, because he showed me something. For whatever reason, he showed me something on his phone about spam callers. But these callers was calling him spam, and it was the Arabic language. And I'm like, why is the language looking like that? You know, the Arabic language is pretty cool and swirly and dope. Like I see tattoos like that sometimes, whatever. But he was like, oh, because I'm fluid in that too. And I'm like, what, man? He brown. He was more chocolate than me, but he knew it. And you can tell. And so I guess in a weird way, that was like, I guess in a spiritual way, it brought me back to my dad, you know, like what's the odds of that? I just remember all those words. I just remember hearing those words coming up. And like my dad going to stores and stuff, and my dad like having like semi-fluid conversations with like Arabic people. I'm like, he learned that. And my daddy didn't go off into that religion or learn the language of that religion or any of that later in life. Actually, he was a little bit older too. He was an adult. So they just show you can change, you can change, you can grow, you can learn anything you can do anything you put your mind to, really, essentially. That's the gist of what I picked up from that. Because he was super fluent. Even his English was good. You can hear the accent coming through, this Cambodian accent, but it definitely was clear. So don't let nobody lie to you. You're not stuck. This is just the way I am. Unless you want to think like that, then that's cool. You stay stuck. Stay like that. But you ain't nobody stuck. That's a lie. They want you to think you stuck. And they want you to look at your personal evolution and healing and shifting and expansion of your consciousness. They want to warp your perception of that and make that look like that's just some grueling, ridiculous way of thinking. That's just the worst thing in the world to even possibly consider. Like, that's just stupid as hell. It don't make sense. I am who I am. I know what's best. It don't make sense to me changing now. I've been this way for 15 years. No. They want to keep you warped in that type of thinking, that dysfunctional way of thinking. So then when you get older, you'll be an old fool. Who want to be an old fool? 75 something years old. And then that's how bogus information get retaught to children, because children tend to put elderly people on a pedestal, right? And thinking that they know what's best all the time. But it's people with stuck, fixed mindsets that grow into an old fool like that. They ain't got no business shed no light on nothing to no kids if they ain't had no evolution in their consciousness. Because you can be in an 80-some-year-old body, but with a 18-year-old consciousness. And so that's why I just show you, ain't nobody fixed or stuck in their perspective and perception. You can always grow and wise up. And you got to be open to that. You deserve that. And the people that's under you, looking up to you, deserve that. And if you're not willing to do that, then you got to keep your mouth shut. Because otherwise, you're going to be tainting people up under you and not knowing and sharing with them outdated beliefs, limited beliefs, outdated beliefs, scarcity mindset, poverty consciousness, all that. Fear-based thinking. And I know we can change. You can change. You just got to want to change. You got to want to change. And you got to have a more optimistic outlook. And stop putting them shackles on your mindset. Even if somebody threw them on there first, cut them motherfuckers off. It's like that elephant with the chain on his ankle and that dog with the shock collar. Get that up off of your psychology. You got to know that don't be normal. That ain't normal. But somehow the world will make you think that just stand stuck and thinking like that. That's actually the truth. That's the gospel. That's right. And to question your reality, to question your thoughts, question what some people over you might have taught you to believe or think, that's all unruly. Don't rock the boat. My daddy actually used to say that. He's like, I ain't gonna swim out there in the ocean. So in some ways, my dad was actually super wise, but in some ways he was shrunken in his perception because he didn't want to question things. Not question things to be a renegade or a rebel to the point where you like disturb. No, but it's for your own personal evolution. You should want to question your thoughts and beliefs, especially if you got areas of your life where you feel stuck and you're dissatisfied. You got to know that at the root of that is some belief system that's blocking you from being able to expand in that area. That's what that be boiling down to, and that's what I'm learning. And I'm just grateful. I don't know, just simply meeting that Cambodian dude and learning about him having 4 languages that he fluent in, that he learned after 18. That's why they say you got to be at the right place at the right time, because you never know what can inspire you, what can spark you. And it ain't always got to be on a huge magnitude. It be little subtle stuff like that. A kid can give you something. A kid can share something with you that can help you grow and expand in your consciousness. Because children are typically the closest to their purest nature, without as much programming and conditioning on their psychology. They're closer to the God frequency than we are. So you can learn something from anybody. You can actually learn something from anybody if you expand your mind and be able to see through them, see through what you hearing, and you know what they say, see with your eyes, hear with your whatever them sayings be. You got to be able to use your spiritual ears and your spiritual sight, and you can pick up a nugget of wisdom from anybody. And don't let that the package, like I said, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't let that package fool you, because you can miss your blessing by thinking like that. So anyway, I love y'all, and yeah, I just had to get that out. It was just super dope. So Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Inshallah. So I'll talk to y'all later, Inshallah. I think I'm saying it right anyway. Deuces. I just want to keep my promise and just share that little nugget with y'all, because that was kind of dope. And you can do anything you put your mind to. So believe that, receive that. Okay? Okay. Deuces. Yeah. Okay.